motherfucking great.
What up, world? Live on that with Mr. Be Great today, Lamar King Sr. Glad y'all tapped in with me. It's another all positive podcast. And Mr. Be Great today has some words of encouragement. And y'all already know. I'm just going to jump right on in. And the topic of discussion today is, O ye of little faith. Now, by definition, the word faith means complete trust or confidence in someone or something, or the assurance of things hoped for and the conviction of things not seen. Now, why is faith so important? Most people look at faith or think of faith as a spiritual thing. Now, I'm not here to deny that. I'm not here to say that your religious beliefs are not important. But I'm here to talk about yourself today. Because outside the realm of the church, who you call God, who you pray to, what do you think you go after death, that's not relevant at this moment right now. I'm talking about the things that you desire and the things you dream and hope of to attain. Faith it doesn't mean that you can just think of something and it's going to magically appear. Faith is not something that's a majestic thing that all you have to do is just think about it and pray about it and hope about it and it comes true. Faith is a relentless emotion that regardless of what's happening in your life, regardless of what obstacles you are faced with, you have the know-how, you have the belief, you have the confidence that you can obtain it. Because see, things will never go as planned. There's so many different scenarios that may come up in your life that may take you off your path, that may take you down the wrong road or take you down a different trail. But when you set out on your goals and you set out on your dreams and you set out on the things that you aspire to have in your life, you have to have a know and a belief that it can and will be attained. And you must repeatedly tell yourself over and over again that you got this. And we don't understand how we can allow thoughts or scenarios to play in our head and they show up in our lives. Because see, faith comes by hearing and hearing alone. That's why a lot of people, they go to church, they go to the mosque, they go to their religious settings to get that fuel for the week, to get that reassurance that they're doing the right thing. But the most time that you're spent in life is with yourself. That thought in your head, those voices in your head that you're allowed to ramble on sometimes endlessly can either propel you or either hinder you. They can either take you to that next level or they can make you sit still in one place. Now, faith is not a worldly point of view. Faith is not something that is given to you by the world. Faith is not the circumstances in which you were brought up in. Faith is not all the agony and the scrutiny and the struggles and the strains we place on ourselves in this life that we live. Faith is an innate belief. Faith is an innate knowing of the things you choose to inspire and go after, that you already have it, that you already can achieve it. Because see, oftentimes the environment and the places that we come up in our upbringing can place governors on the mind, can place governors on your capabilities. And for those who don't understand what a governor is, have you ever rented a U-Haul before? A U-Haul has a governor on it, so you can't go but so fast. generally is about 75, 80 miles an hour. Unlike your car that you go to the dealership and buy, you have a limit on how fast you can go, but 9 times out of 10 it's well over 100 miles an hour. And oftentimes we place these governors, or our environment place governors on our minds of the expectations of what we want out of life. And those governors stay there forever until we decide to break free of them, until we decide to say no more, until we decide to say, this is it, I've had enough. And I got a question for my listeners today. When is enough enough? When are you going to stop allowing the circumstances that you came up in, or the world we live in, decide how you feel about yourself, decide how you feel about the goals and dreams you want? It's a very simple thing. It's something that often is looked over. It's something that people play down as myth. They play down as a theory in life, an educated guess. But I'm a firm believer, and through my experience in life, is that if you have more belief in your capabilities, if you have more confidence about who you are and the adversities you've overcome, you can do the things over and over again. You have to have a relentless desire that regardless of what's being said, regardless of what's going on in the world, regardless of your current situation, that the things you dream of, that the things you inspire to have, that they are very, very attainable. Because see, people have faith in money, especially in today's time. Money has often replaced God in most situations, even to the point, and no shot at my people in the church, even to the point where the church needs your money to move the kingdom of God forward. Now, hey, take that as you may, but money is just a tool. In a lot of situations, money is just a fictitious, unreal thing. It's just that the environment that we have came up in has put money at the top of the list. We can't eat without money. We can't turn our lights on without money. We can't drive our cars without money. We can't clothe ourselves without money. Now just think about that for a second. We spend 40, 60, 70, 80 hours a week chasing money. And we have faith in our job that we're going to get paid if we go to work. It's one of those things that really baffles me, that we'll put faith in a system. We'll put faith in this capitalistic society that we can accumulate more stuff to live an abundant life. We put faith in a red light that when it turns green, that the other cars are not gonna collide with us. We put faith in our doctors that if we go tell them the things we got going on, they're gonna prescribe us something to make us better. We put faith in politicians that they're gonna pass policies and make the world just a better place. We put faith in our light switch that when we flick it, the light is going to come on. We put faith in restaurants that they're going to feed us a healthy meal. We put faith in our realtor that they're going to show us a nice house that we can afford and raise our family in. We put faith even in death that we are going to die one day. Now, none of us have died. None of us has left this earth, but we all have faith that we shall die. Now, how can you believe in something, in these things that I just named, which none of them have? Even when you talk about your job, they haven't paid you yet. Even when you're talking about your doctor, they haven't healed you truly yet. When you talk about politicians, they haven't created a world that you truly want. But we have faith in them every November. Why don't we see that faith in ourselves? Why do we place these limits on ourselves so often? But we'll believe in a system so much and so wholeheartedly. We'll believe that that restaurant is going to give me that meal that's going to give me the nutrition that I need to sustain life. And we bought into the idea and the mechanisms placed on us that we're going to make it out this world with everything we want. We believe wholeheartedly in this system that we live in. But when it comes down to ourselves, oh, I don't know if I can do that. Oh, I ain't got time. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. We don't have faith in ourselves enough to go after what we truly want. We don't have faith in our relationships, whether it be friends, family, spouses, children. We don't have faith in ourselves to push us through the hard time. We become so accustomed to complaining about the world and the things that surround us that we put ourselves on the back burner until we're laying in that bed late night looking at the ceiling. We doubt ourselves so much. I challenge my listeners. I challenge you today. When are you going to believe in yourself enough to not worry and stress and build yourself with so much anxiety and go through several levels of depression? Because the world that we live in has told us that we gotta have $1 million just to live comfortable. We gotta take lavish trips around the globe to say we live in our best life. When are we gonna believe enough in our capabilities that everything that we've decided to do, our choices we've made in life, are adequate enough to put a smile on our face? When are we gonna reinforce the good things about ourselves and the good things that we get done in this world over and over and over and over again in our mind till it becomes second nature? When are we gonna embody the belief in ourselves? When? See, because everything is a result of believing in the choices, in the decisions that you make. If you place limits on your ideals, if you place limits on your goals, if you place limits on your thinking, then I promise you, those limits will show up in your life. You gotta have a borderline arrogant confidence that there's nothing that you can't achieve. You gotta have that I don't give a fuck attitude about the world when it comes down to your psyche. But we allow so many distractions. We allow so many things that really don't matter to seep into our mind and place limits on our accomplishments that we want to achieve, and then we complain about it. Oh ye of little faith. Oh ye of little faith. We have some of the most religious people in the world that still doubt their capabilities and say they have faith in God. They have faith in an outside influence. But yet and still, you were given the 5 senses. You were given the motor skills. You were given the intellect to make it in this life, but yet and still you doubt yourself so often. When are you going to take a chance on yourself? When are you going to take a chance on your beliefs? When are you going to have faith in all the things that you've overcame and dealt with in life, that you can make it through this life again, because you're going to see those same problems one day again, I promise you. But we allow the shortcomings and the struggles and the hard times to break us down like a 410 shotgun. We allow all the adversity and the things on the news and the things on the internet to sway our feelings and the emotions about life and our feelings about ourselves. Oftentimes we're looking at what other people are doing and wonder why it's not happening for us, instead of developing the faith and the knowledge and the confidence that if they can do it, I can do it. Your mind, I tell you guys so often here on the Arrow Must Be Great Today, your mind is the most powerful organ on the planet, but you place limits on them based on your environment, based on the things you've been through, based on circumstances beyond your control. That's through training and repetitive actions that have served you no purpose, have did nothing but create doubt in your life, but yet and still you won't believe in yourself. I'm one of your biggest cheerleaders. I promise you, if you're under the sound of my voice, I believe in you. Now, how can I believe in you if I can get on this show and give you guys some words of encouragement each and every time I speak on this mic? And I believe in my listeners that they can take themselves out of their current situation and put themselves in a better situation just by changing their mindset. If I can believe in you, why can't you believe in yourself? Why do you allow doubt to creep into your mind? Why do you allow the naysayers to affect how you act or affect how you perform in this life? Why is that? Because you don't practice. You don't put yourself in a positive situation, because you're constantly reminding yourself of all the bad stuff you've been through. You keep reminding yourself, I saw that happen to them, so I know it's gonna happen to me. That's so far from the truth, my friend, that I'm here to tell you that you gotta have faith in your capabilities. You gotta have faith in the things that you want in life. You gotta believe and know and have a confidence wholeheartedly about your life that no one or nothing can sway you from it. It's kind of like they did a study with 300 basketball players, and the goal of the study was to improve these players' shot, their shooting percentage. So they took the first 100 players and they placed them in the gym, and they would take shot after shot. They practiced, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. They just shot. They just put up shot after shot after shot. Had different coaches come in to kind of tweak their mechanics, and they worked and they worked and they worked. They took the next 100 students and they said, I don't want you to do anything. I want you to go out, do your thing in life, play video games, hang out with your friends, watch TV, scroll social media. Don't even worry about basketball for the next week. Then they took the last 100 students and they said, we're gonna sit here in this gym for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and we're just gonna think about shot. True study, I promise you, true study. And those kids sat there and thought and replayed. They showed videos. They let them watch. They didn't pick up not one basketball. And they brought them all back in the gym that weekend. And they said, now we're gonna take 100 shots each student, and we're gonna calculate your percentages and your improvement on your shot. Now the first 100 who went to the gym for 8 hours a day, they improved their shot by 27%. Great, I'm talking about great achievement. They put in the work, they put in the grind, they put in the time. The second group who did nothing, their shot increased by only 13%. And they did nothing. And that last group who sat there and watched and thought and replayed it over in their mind, they increased their shot by 26%. Now, why is that important? Why is this story important, Mr. Be Great Today? Because the thought and the beliefs were just as good, were almost just as only 1% lower than the ones who went to the gym and worked for 8 hours a day. The ones who sat there in the gym and thought about shots and watched shots and put it in their mind and put the belief and ran the work ethic in their mind did just as well as the ones who went in there and put in the work. That's faith. That's belief. That is taking control of your thoughts and knowing that you can think your way into a better situation. If you have the confidence and the optimism that you can get better. See, people, this world has taught us hard work pays off. It does. It's a physical trait that does pays off. But the thoughts in your mind are far more important. The faith you have in yourself, the faith you have in your strengths, the faith you have in your thoughts and actions of the world will only make you better. And I'm just trying to find out, why do we allow negative aspects to stop us? Why are you allowing that thing that happened last week or that thing that's happening to you now? Stop believing in yourself. Why are you beating yourself up over something that you're gonna get through? Why are you taking yourself through all these mental wars within your own psyche to keep you from your goals and keep you from a peace and keep you from happiness of life? Oftentimes the strained relationships that we have, whether it be family, friends, or otherwise, we let the thought of something that was said, we let the thought of something that happened in the past, that this can never work again. I challenge my listeners, don't allow the negative aspects of life, don't allow a wavered faith to take you out of your comfort zone or take you out of a place of happiness, of a place of achievement, because the world is going to be the world. Bad things happen to good people. Horrible scenarios play out in people's lives each and every day. But where is that faith? Let me take a word out of scripture. Where is that mustard seed faith that's needed for you to see yourself in a better situation? People talk about it so often. And the very purpose for this show is because I have faith that my words are going to fall on ears of someone that needs it. And my words are going to fall on the ears of someone who's going to use it and apply it to their life and make their life better. Now, will it make it perfect? Will it make it where you don't have any situations, no problems, no ups and downs or anything like that? No, it's not. But it's going to give you that little that you need. That little spark to your fire to get you to where you want to be in life, to get you thinking on the right path, to get you thinking in the right way. Because see, optimism is faith that leads to achievement. When you're a half glass full type person, you look at things in a positive light and you don't allow the negative aspects of the world to bring you down to this level. And I know I'm talking to somebody today because I know someone is going through some situations that they really feel like giving up. They really feel like throwing in the towel. They really feel like tipping over their king and call it quits. But I challenge you to have faith in the things that you've been through, the things you've seen thus far in your life, and that you can do these things repeatedly over and over again and conquer that monster of negativity and conquer that monster of doubt. Because this world that we live in, we have developed so much faith in so many systems and tools and mechanisms of the world that we don't even question them. But when it comes down to you saying, I'm going back to school at 40 years old to chase after the degree I should have got 20 years ago, you place all type of doubt into your mind. You let other people place doubt into your mind. You look at stats that people at 40 don't do this or do that. You allow all these different things to stop you from what you want. But when you go to that restaurant and you tell that waitress your order, you don't doubt what's been done to your food. You may say a little prayer, but you gobble it right down. It's kind of like Jim Rohn said, if I'm your best friend and I accidentally put strychnine in your coffee instead of sugar, and I didn't intend to do it, is it gonna kill you? Regardless of what, regardless if you look at your friend as someone you can trust and they mistakenly put strychnine in your coffee, I don't care how much you trust and believe in the fact that you have your best interests at hand, that little mistake still will kill you. That little doubt, that little inkling of an error will cause harm to your life. And that's how your thoughts work. That little doubt, that little small voice in your head that's telling you not to do it. That little small voice in your head that keep playing over that woulda, coulda, shoulda in your mind is putting a governor on your mind and stopping you from your dreams. Everyone takes the limits of their own visions for the limits of the world. You can't see the limits you placed on yourself. You can't see the things that your environment has placed into your mind that you take on as fact, and you walk around here like you have a whole bunch of issues. It's just you haven't allowed your mind to expand to greater visions because you have very little faith in your capabilities. You're doubting yourself based on past experiences. You're doubting yourself based on what mama them did. You're doubting yourself based on what your family has done or not done. And Mr. Be Great today is here to tell you, break out of that shell. It's time out for that shit. It's time for you to believe in yourself wholeheartedly and believe in your capabilities and the things you want to achieve with no doubt in mind, with no doubt in sight. Because when you have faith in yourself, you have to be willing to recognize that you can do it. Point blank, period. And so many of us, we allow that little voice. We allow that little voice in our head to make us make a different decision on our path to achieving our goals. And I challenge you all today. I need you to believe in yourself with confidence. I need you to go after that thing that you want and block out all the distractions and block out all that negative self-chatter and go after it like your life depends on it, because again, it does. Don't allow this world to dictate who you are. There's no limit on your capability. It's kind of like Roger Bannister. Sometimes people, they have to see things first before they can actually do it. Roger Bannister is the man who broke the 4-minute mile. We all know the story of Roger Bannister. And before Roger Bannister broke that 4-minute mile, they thought it couldn't be done. But once he broke that mile, once he broke that 4-minute mile, now you got high school students, middle school students who's running a 4-minute mile. Why is that? Because of the belief in themselves, the belief that it has been done. They let their environment dictate what can be done. Roger Bannister said, oh no, not me. Roger Bannister went and said, well, because it hasn't been done doesn't mean I can't do it. And that's the mindset I need you to have here today. Stop doubting yourself. Believe in yourself enough to, hey, just because it hasn't been done over there, that ain't got nothing to do with me. That just because y'all fail at this, that doesn't mean I can't do it. I challenge you to go after the things you want and have faith and have confidence and be borderline arrogant about it. I'm serious. We have so much faith and belief in all the things around us. We have so much faith that our car is going to start when we start it up in the morning. We have so much faith in our refrigerator that our food is not going to spoil. We'll put thousands of dollars of food in a refrigerator in hopes of that it's going to work all night. We believe in that. We have belief in systems and machines and in the world so much that we don't have those same beliefs in ourselves. When it's time for us to go after a new goal, a new dream, we don't believe in ourselves like that. You don't believe in yourself like you do that light switch when you turn it on, that the light's gonna come on. Why not believe in yourself enough that if I go after this goal, if I open up this business, if I start this relationship, then it's gonna be a success? Why can't you believe in yourself like that? I believe in you. The very reason why I do this show, because I believe in my listeners. I believe that you can make it to whatever goal or dream you have to aspire to have. Why can't you believe in yourself? I need you to believe in yourself. I need you to know that you're going to make it. I need you to know that that idea that you have, you need to get to work. I need you to know that that business is going to be a success. I need you to know that that marriage is going to be a success. And stop placing all this confidence into these worldly things, into that job, into everybody else except for yourself. You have this. You have the capabilities. You have the life experiences. You have done this before. Just as you get up and walk every day, you remember how hard it was. If you have children, you know how hard it is for a child to start walking. They develop a confidence in themselves. They finally let go of that sofa. They finally let go of that end table, because now they have confidence that they can walk. And look at you now. You walk without even thinking. You do it with confidence. And then there's some people who wish they could walk. But here you are. You got every tool and resource at your fingertips, but yet and still you'll see a quadriplegic. I have a great friend of mine who's laying in a hospital bed, who was one of the greatest human beings I've ever met. Shout out to my guy Marcus Blunt. But now he's in a hospital bed probably for the rest of his life, looking at the ceiling. And I'm pretty sure you know some people who's going through some physical disparities in their life. And here you are, you have all your physical capabilities, and you letting mental stuff stop you from doing what you might as well go lay in the bed. You might as well be a quadriplegic. And I want you to take this seriously. I want you to take this seriously, because there are so many people who wish they had your physical traits. Because a lot of times when people are in those situations, their mind is still there. They still have the mind. They just don't have the physical traits. You have all the physical extremities to do the things you want to do, but you let the mental doubt and the mental stress and the things of your environment in the world stop you and tell you that you can't do it. You let one friend shoot down your dream and you don't even go after it. I challenge you, listener. I challenge you. This is for you. I challenge you to believe in yourself today. You, oh ye of little faith. I challenge you to go after what you want. I challenge you to believe and be confident and be borderline arrogant about what you want. And I challenge you to do that repeatedly, over and over and over and over again. I challenge you to chase after your dream. I challenge you to be the person that you've always wanted to be. I challenge you to go back to that childhood hero that you once looked up to, and it's time for you to be that person. It's time for you to go after what you want. It's time for you to open that business. It's time for you to go after that relationship. It's time for you to be a true mother, father to your children. It's time to be a true son or daughter to your mother. It's time for you to be a true family-orientated person in life and in your goals and dreams and things you want to accomplish. Stop allowing that doubt. Stop doubting yourself. Get out of your own head. Oh, ye of little faith. Have faith in yourself and your life experiences and your capabilities, and get your mental health together. Get your mental thoughts together. Know that you can do this. I believe in you. I know you can do this. Now it's time for you to know that. Now it's time for you to believe in that. And don't allow anything or no one to stop you. All right? And that's all I got for y'all today, man. I really wanted to talk about this, because so many people struggle with their faith in themselves. People believe in their God. People have faith in God. People know God, oh, God's going to fix it. I have no doubt about that. But you got to put some feet to those prayers. You're the one in the driver's seat. I told you guys previous shows ago, God is your co-pilot. You are the pilot. You're the one flying this. You're the one flying this plane. You're the head of this ship. And you got to, of course, you lean on God. You ask for understanding. But I need you to get to work and believe on yourself. Have that same faith you have in your God. Have that faith in yourself. Have that faith in your capabilities. Have that faith in your decision making, that which God has given you the five senses. God has brought you through so many life experiences that you can use those things over and over again to take yourself to a place of happiness, a place of peace, a place of understanding, and a place of confidence in your capabilities through everything you've been through. Have that same faith in yourself. I'm not saying denounce God. I'm not saying don't believe in God. I'm saying believe in yourself the same way you believe in God. Because if you are made in the image of God, you have God-like power. That tongue you have, you can speak things into existence. That mind you have, you can let negative thoughts stop you from doing what you want to do. But you are in control. You are the pilot. You are in control. You're stirring this ship. So I need you to really, really, really believe in yourself enough All right. So y'all make sure y'all go check me out. Mr. Be Great Today on TikTok, YouTube, and fan base. Great Today INC on IG. And On Air with Mr. Be Great Today on Facebook. I love you all. And you already know. Be great today. Peace.